Jeffrey believes the fitness YouTubers when they say that there's no such thing as a perfect diet. And so Jeffrey follows the fitness YouTubers' advice to eat junk food as long as it fits his macros. Jeffrey gets fat. Adonis has been shredded for years. It's not even difficult to stay lean when he eats the perfect diet. The peasants around him look in confusion, but Adonis continues to feast. All of the fitness YouTubers you see are complete pussies. They say there's no such thing as the perfect diet. That's bullshit. I'm going to show you exactly what the perfect diet is right now. My name is Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvement. We don't do any of the standard fitness YouTuber bullshit around here. Scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button if you want to join in on the cult. My diet has been horrendous because I trusted these guys on the internet. These motherfuckers told me you can eat whatever you want, you can eat all the junk food as long as it fits your macros. I trusted them. Because of that, I've never even considered the difference that food has on our health. When I've done the most basic research, it hurts me to think that I was stupid enough to follow fitness YouTubers. That it hurts me to think that my boys who are watching this video, who support my channel, who are in my cult, have taken the stupid advice that I have from these big ass fitness YouTubers. Because I'm telling you right now, none of those people are healthy. Just because they've got muscle and they're like shredded does not mean they're healthy, and it does not mean that they will still be alive 10 to 15 years from now. A lot of those motherfuckers are gonna get diabetes very soon. And I've said this a few times, I'll still keep saying it. You're going to start seeing them literally die. Like, you're going to see big fitness YouTubers start to die in the next 10 years because of the stupid ass diet that they're on. And I followed that advice every single day, bro. I was eating junk. The amount of junk food I was eating, I was going to McDonald's. Like, I've literally got a video, the semi-viral video that I released, the aesthetic body guide. And I literally said, oh, I eat junk food every day. I go to McDonald's every single day. I used to, like, that was not an exaggeration. It was every single day I was eating that shit, bro. Because all macros are the, you know, if all calories are the same, just eat your macros. Why would I eat clean? Like, what's the reason of eating clean? What's the reason of thinking about health? If all macros are the same, you may as well eat whatever you want, right? And so I have always struggled with binge eating to the point that it makes me cry. The fitness transformation, like my body transformation, is one of the most important things to me. And feeling like you don't have any control over your diet, which you probably can relate to. Like, you want to improve your diet, you just keep on making the same mistakes. It's because the food that the people online, like, they're supposed to help you, but the food that these people are suggesting for you to eat, one, it makes them more money. You know, they get more views if it's the guy who's jacked and he's got the picture of the cereal and he says, oh, what I eat in a day, full day of eating as the fitness person. Like, but two, that food is literally addictive. The reason why you keep finding yourself just f***ing up on your diet is because you're literally addicted to junk food and you're surrounded by a culture that promotes it. It took me a while. Like, I went through a very like, I had to change my life to change my diet. It wasn't the other way around. I had to truly, like, I had to move out of this f***ing city. I had to move back into my parents' house. I had to severely reduce how much I use the internet. I don't watch YouTube videos. I especially don't watch f***ing fitness YouTubers. I had to reduce all of this and start looking at, like, real nutritional research. And every single time I'd look through, I'd just be thinking, like, those fitness YouTubers, like, they have no clue what they're talking about, saying that all calories are the same, that you can eat 700, like, these motherfuckers dead ass eat hundreds of grams of sugar per day, and they're like, oh, but if it fits your macros. And so just over a year ago, I truly started to transform my diet. I did some crazy things to do this. Over the last year, the whole year, I have had visible abs. Like, there is not one point over the whole year that I've not had visible abs. Like, this is unheard of for me. I've gotten lean before, but I would literally get lean. Like, here's a few pictures of me in uni and everything. I would get lean and I would just start to gain the weight back, because you can force yourself to get into the calorie deficit, but eventually it gets quite, like, restrictive. You've got 2,000 calories a day, you want to eat more. And the moment I start eating more, I just start binge eating again. And so I would get lean, I'd do all that work, and then I'd lose the physique that I was, like, really proud to build. Up until the last year, where now I promise you, this is the truth, I can control my body fat percentage. I have full control over my diet now, because you don't get a feeling of uncontrollable urges and cravings when you eat the food that I'm about to suggest to you in the perfect diets. The perfect diet has 4 factors. It maximizes muscle growth, it minimizes fat loss, it improves your health, and it feels sustainable. If you find a diet that has all 4, you will become a millionaire. Let's break that down. Maximizing muscle growth comes from a diet in the macronutrients that are high in protein, high in complex carbs, not bullshit carbs, not pussy carbs. We're not going to eat sugar, not simple carbs. High in complex carbs and moderate fats. So we're going to wake up and have a scoop of whey protein, and then 2 to 3 hours, we're just going to do some work, stay focused. 2 to 3 hours later, we're going to go and have another scoop. do some more work, 2 to 3 hours later, have another scoop. Then we're probably going to start our eating window after about 6 hours of waking up, and we've had like 2 to 3 scoops of protein during this time. Now we're going to be close to our workout time. So our pre-workout meal, the meal that we eat an hour or two before we go to workout, will be high in complex carbs, moderate in protein. It doesn't need to be high in protein because we've just had a bunch of protein scoops, and it's going to be about moderate in fats too. And then post-workout, so the meal that we eat half an hour to 1 hour to 2 hours after our workout is going to be pretty much the same. We're going to go into more detail of exactly what you should eat, but this is the structure of the perfect diet. We're going to wake up, do intermittent fasting, but also get scoops of whey protein during the fasting window. When we break our fast, we're going to make sure that we get complex carbs before and after our workout. So you already know the advice that you've been given. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. It's pretty stupid advice. Doesn't really work for most people, because a 200-pound guy should generally not be eating 200 grams of protein unless he's a jacked bodybuilder. 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight doesn't work. What I would say instead is eat into the range of 120 grams of protein to about 180 grams of protein. If you end up inside of this range, fine. Like, what we care more about is that you get relatively close to the ideal number. Like, you get close enough to a range of it than to specifically say, okay, I'm 165 pounds, so I should hit 165 grams of protein. And honestly, I've even changed the way that I track food, and I suggest you to do this. Don't even track macros. I don't think there's that much of a benefit to making sure that you get the absolute most optimum amount of carbs and fats, you know, the split or the percentage split. That reduces the fourth part of the perfect diet, which is sustainability. Because the easier way to wrap your mind around all this is to think, okay, you have X calories. Let's say you've got 2,000 calories. It's easier to say you've got 2,000 calories, get into the range of 120 to 180 grams of protein. Anywhere around this range, in this range, is going to be good enough. And then think purely about just filling up the 2,000 calories with the huge list of ingredients here. So you might be looking at this list of ingredients and feeling a little bit, okay, confused. Like, okay, like how would I make this into a realistic meal? Literally, choose a couple of them which you think, you know, would pair well together, and just make them together. Put them all onto a plate. Like, you don't have to make a pre-designed meal that normal people eat. Like, we don't need like the name of a meal that normal people eat on the normal diets. We can have a meal which is lentils and potatoes. We can have a meal which is yogurt and raspberries, oats and nuts. Now, because we've gave you the flexibility to just say, okay, reach this many calories with roughly this much protein, and you know what's inside the calories, if you pick from this ingredient list, it's going to be healthy. You now have the flexibility to look at this list and just kind of see which one you feel like having today. And that's actually the more healthy way to do things, because long story short, in terms of our gut health, it's better to eat like different things, quite different things, because a variety, it's kind of like cliche terms, but like a variety of fruits and vegetables is the best for your health. It's not exactly the best for in terms of just, you know, consistency, knowing that you've got the exact same meal every day. I prefer to do that personally. I prefer to literally just have the same meals every single day. But in terms of maximizing health, it's better to just rotate a bunch of these ingredients around. Like, you've got your list, you've got your calories, you know roughly how much protein to have, and maybe you need to get like a couple more scoops of protein in. There you go. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.